Hey everybody, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for checking out my latest video. Please subscribe to my channel and like and comment on my videos so they can get seen by more people. So on chess.com, the latest batch of bots they brought are the chess club regulars, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like the chess bots are getting stronger and stronger than they were. But for what it's worth, I was trying this Grandpa GambitBot about once a day. He's from Cuba. He's a 1650. And I had a lot of trouble beating him. Now I'm like an 866 rated, but I haven't played live games in a while. I'm probably 900 to 1,000, I think. But I couldn't beat him, and I was trying about once a day, and finally I beat him. So let me show you the game. Okay, so I had the white pieces, queen's pawn, moving into a London, but moving the knight first. In this case, just trying different things out. Brought out the bishop, which is like the signature of the London. He brought this pawn. I formed the first side of the pawn triangle. By the way, it does sort of throw things out of whack immediately do that from what you like to do in a normal London. He brought in this knight, which is an unusual move too. So I said, well, let me bring that out, threaten that obviously. He brought the pawn out to protect it. Now, there's several moves here where it gave me a miss. If you go back, I had 0 blunders, but they gave me several misses. But several of them were that they wanted me to take this knight on e4 quicker. But they had me at 84% accuracy, and him at 78, and him 1 blunder, 0 misses. So he moved the pawn in. Now with the bishop, generally with the London, you're going to go to d3. Usually, but I saw that he had already moved out these pawns, so I said, let me just give him a check, force him to move something, see what he does. He brought the bishop out. I just withdrew it back to its normal square, probably a waste of a move, but it is what it is. So now I'm threatening this here. And then, by the way, he's left this square unguarded, which is a big mistake. Well, generally good if you're on the white side with the London, if you can get this e5 square with your knight, and then you got this bishop here. The dark bishop on f4. He brought out a pawn booting this bishop. I decided to move it forward 1 because it's protected and it targets that. So he brought the pawn out, protecting it, attacking it. I withdrew to here. They wanted me to go ahead and here's where they wanted me to go ahead and start taking on e4, but I brought this here. Now what you want to be careful of is not letting this get trapped. So this was always in the back of my mind here that I had to get this pawn out here eventually. If there wasn't going to be a trade occurring. He brought out his knight. I brought the pawn. The reason they're giving me misses here is, again, they wanted me to go ahead and take here, take here, take here, and get a pawn. I just didn't do it yet. I sort of waited till the last minute to do it. Doubled pawn. So they have this as a blunder. Because I can start going for this, move quicker. That's his only blunder, which is not a hanging piece type blunder. It can lead to something down the road. So now here's where I decided, well, next move he's going to move in on me, and I'm going to have to do that. So let me just go ahead and take this now, start the process. He took, I took, I took. I mean, I took, he took, I took. He brought the king out. Which was a mistake. He just brought it out. He gave up his castling rights. Sometimes they do things on the computer where they're seeing a possible checkmate or whatnot coming. So I said, well, let me free up the bishop so it's not going to get captured. Moved it back, withdrew it, h2. Now this bishop's actually really powerful now. Whoops. This dark square bishop's actually really powerful now. He's bringing his pawns. I just withdrew 1 square. Both my bishops are pretty powerful. They turned out, which is a big advantage against the computer because they're really good with their bishops usually. He took here. Now, I spent a while thinking about which way to take this. Finally, I decided to take it this way, which leaves me 4 pawns on this side and 3 on this side, because if I took it the other way, he was immediately going to come out and check me here and not let me castle and just cause problems. So I just decided to take it that way. So I took from the E onto D4. He brought his bishop there, which doesn't look very dangerous. I finally decided to bring my queen out, and I said, well, I can target that. He brought the knight to attack my queen. Pushed the queen forward 1. He brought the bishop out, the light bishop. I decided to go ahead and castle. Now here I spent quite a while thinking about this. Obviously I saw, that he could take this, but maybe I didn't look close enough. I was debating whether to castle this way or this way. And I think I just wanted to, I thought that this was pretty well protected overall. And I wanted to get onto this open file here, and I saw how loose he was around here, so I decided to go and castle this way, but it did let him immediately mess up my pawn formation, which he did. He attacked, and he exchanged his bishop for a knight. So this file's open, but I have this. It actually ended up being really good defense. He withdrew his bishop, he put his bishop attacking my queen. Again, I was trying to figure out, there weren't a lot of great squares for the queen at this point, but if I move here, then I can withdraw it back down to here if I need to. And still keeping pressure on this if he moves his queen. He brought out his bishop, offering a trade. I ignored it, and I moved my rook onto this file. There was a way to sort of trap his bishop here, his knight, excuse me, on the rim. That's why they start giving me a miss here. I believe that's why. So he did the exchange. He willingly exchanged his pieces. So I don't know. He's not in great shape that he's doing. So I'm up a pawn, and the value bar has been in my favor, I believe, for a while. So I took with my king. He immediately brings the queen down. Here I wanted to get this activated. I was thinking about trying to double up these, and I wanted to go here with it. I'm not sure why I didn't. Where did I go? Wait, so I didn't go here because he was targeting this pawn on F3. So I moved the rook up to protect it. He moved the knight back. Now here I debated for quite a while, thinking about where to go with the rook. Should I double up on the E file or go to the G and target this? And his king's out here on the open on a white. I have a white. I don't know. I just ended up deciding to target this file and this pawn, although they said this was a better move to go onto the E file and double up the rooks. He brought his rook over to protect that pawn on G5. Brought my bishop up to boot his queen. He pulled the queen back and got me in check at the same time, and I was like, oh, there goes the computer again. I was like, I might be in trouble, but I just slid the king back, and it was safe. He's still, he brought the rook up, but he's still protecting that. Now here I came up with a little tactic, which is if the king goes here, then I take that. So I've got a three-way attack on this pawn and the king and that. So if I can get this rook out of the way, so if he allows this to stand, let's say, and I take here, he takes here, then I can go in with check, and the king's going to have to withdraw, or I could go in with this way and attack the queen. So it gets dangerous for him. So if I go this way, check. If he takes with the queen back, he's going to lose the queen. Then he has to withdraw somewhere. So I was looking at a little tactic there. If I could get this rook off this line with a sacrifice, I thought it led to really good things. I think it might have led to a checkmate. I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, I was just trying something there. I did that to try to lure it. He brought the knight back to attack my queen again. I just moved it back to the square it was at. And he went ahead and did the exchange here. He exchanged his knight for his last knight for my bishop. So now we're down to queens and rook, queen and rook's endgame. But I've got a pawn up. I've got 4 on this side. doubled here, one here, this. So now he offered a queen exchange. Well, he offered a queen exchange basically. And I looked at it and I said, well, I'm going to go ahead and exchange. I've got 4 pawns here. You've got 2. Hopefully I can do this somehow. I've got this one attacking this if you move that rook. I don't think you can move here right now. So I went ahead for the endgame. Brought my rook up here, sliding, looking to slide over and attack these. Stopping this one from moving as well. He brought the rook back. I slid the rook over to attack that pawn. He brought this rook over to attack my b pawn. So protected it by moving it forward. He brought his king forward. I gobbled that pawn. He brought his rook offering a sacrifice, or offering an exchange, excuse me, of rooks, and I went ahead and did it. Because now I'm up 2 pawns and I've got 4 on this side of the board that are, connected. So I brought this up, protecting it, kind of stair-step walking him down. He attacked that one. I brought the rook over to protect it. He brought this. He doesn't have many good moves here. This can't move. This can move, but it ends up being, I think, being a bad, it just ends up with me having more pawns on the on that side of the board. Started bringing the king over to the middle. Just walking the king. This is what they always talk about in these, educational videos in the end game, getting the king towards the center. Now once I got to the king to here and he's there, I said, well, I'm going to start marching these. He attacks that one, I march. He attacks that one, I march. And this one, so he's attacking this one again. This is protected by the king, so march. He gave me a check here. I slid up. Now you can get checkmated in situations like this. You do have to be careful. The computer will do that. But I'm giving him less movement as well as him giving me, and I just calculated there wasn't a checkmate there. But I did that rather quickly. The computer can, trick you sometimes on these. So I kept my king more right in the center of the board. Attack that pawn, move up. Attack that, move that. He slid his king back. So he's trying to come back and rescue these, or capture these if he can. So there, he moved his king into the line. I went ahead and moved here because now that's a check on that. He slid it back. Move my king up again, still protecting this, but now that, and can go after that. He took, I took. He didn't want to exchange there. Now here I was trying to figure out how to do it, and I just said, well, let me give him a check first. I know he has to go to that square, or he can't go. Yeah, it's checkmate any other square. That's the only square he can go to. Now here I went ahead and decided to exchange the rooks. So now I'm coming over to gobble this pawn. Now he literally can only move this pawn, or his king. So he did there, and I locked it in, which was a really good move because I almost took. But I locked it in, so he can't take this without coming all the way around, and that's stuck. He starts to move his king over, I gobble. He shuffles his king, gobble that one, move my king out. Now start bringing the pawn down to on the H file to queen. And when he came here, so when he came down here, he's going to gobble that, but I said, well, I can make a break. So I got 2 queens. Moved here. Now, actually, I had 2 checkmates I missed in one. I was looking at this going, oh, I can't go there. But I believe this or this are a checkmate. But I missed it. I went ahead and did it that way to gobble his other pawn. And here I was trying to be very careful of avoiding a stalemate. I missed another 1 move checkmate. I believe here. So anyway, I eventually walked him down with my queens, just trying to be careful of not letting this run to the end line, and checkmated him there on turn 73. So yeah, when you go through the review, he really did an unusual kind of bad, in my opinion, opening. Like the way he played it wasn't normal, but at the same time, it was still hard. It's still hard to beat him. I mean, they say this bot is 1650. Maybe the bots now are actually playing more like they should. They're not just making stupid blunders, because I've beaten 2200 bots on there before that would make crazy blunders, or 2000 bots. This guy doesn't really blunder for being such a Gambit, Grandpa Gambit, in my opinion. And I tried a variety of things, and I've gotten him close before. So they had me playing at a 1600 rate, and they only had him at a 1350. And the accuracy, again, they had me at an 84%, him at 78. 7 misses, 1 mistake, 3 inaccuracies. No brilliant or great moves, but pretty good game. And 1 blunder by him, 4 mistakes. All right, again, that's it. Thanks for checking out my conquering of Grandpa GambitBot. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos and shorts. I post entertaining stuff, and also like and comment on my videos. Thanks, people. Have a good one.